Hello, and welcome back to another Avatar The Last Airbender Premier Draft. The rare in this pack is Earth King, so we're going to take it. Simple as. I like Aang. This is one of the very powerful uncommons. The tempo on this is great. You can get lifelink. That is very important in some of these decks. And then Accumulate Wisdom and Quench are nice, especially together. Accumulate Wisdom if you get to cast it with 3 lesson cards in your graveyard feels amazing. But we'll just take Earth King, which at a bare minimum is 6 power and toughness worth of stats across 2 bodies for 4 mana. That's just great value. Before his effect to bring lands onto the field has even triggered. Here, we'll take Forecasting Fortune Teller. I think it's the best card. People don't believe in green-blue. It's the lowest win rate color pair, but I don't mind playing it at all, especially if it serves as a base to splash other colors. If we want to stay green, we could take Rocky Rebuke here. I think Forecasting Fortune Teller is that much stronger than Rocky Rebuke that we want to pick it up here. Now, what do we do here? Black cards really aren't for us. I don't think they really go in this sort of deck. Earth Rumble is maybe playable if we have big enough stuff in green. But this can definitely be awkward if you don't fight well. And even if you do, there's so many ETB effects that this isn't as great as it seems. It's not as 2-for-1-y as it seems. I think I will take it still. We need removal. And we need cards to play in our color, and this is both. Toph, the Blind Bandit, is totally fine. And if we're earthbending for a lot, then we can maybe fight with this better, right? If we've already earthbent a 2-2 with Toph, and then we play Earth Rumble, we can fight with our 4-4. Other considerations, High Bay, if we were black-white would be more interesting. We're seeing more Kyoshi Warriors pass. Oh, no, I didn't mean to take High Bay. I meant to take Toph. We were talking about High Bay. Oh my gosh, we didn't take it. All right, well, let's take Messenger Hawk here. That is kind of brutal. Kyoshi Battle Fan is going to help us be non-committal to a second color. So we'll take it. Daily Agents is something I'm worth splashing for even if we're green-blue. And we might just straight up be green-black after that High Bay accident. I don't love any of these cards. We'll take Sabertooth Moose Lion. Cat Gator, I feel like is for mono. Black, we'll take Rocky Rebuke over Rumble Arena. We should get a Rumble Arena in some later packs. Toph Wheel, that's crazy. We didn't even get punished. That's crazy. So green is open. We haven't seen green cards taken out of the last 2 picks. Take Earthbending Lesson for signaling purposes, I guess. And it looks like black is our second color, because Daily Agents plus Phoenix Fleet Airship is a pretty compelling reason to get up in there. It's not my favorite color pair, but all the color pairs are playable. We will take it over Heartless Act. And maybe wheel a Ruffians. I mean, I don't love Ruffians, but we'll play it. Rumble Arena, I think, is what we'd most like to see wheel. Blue is looking like it's not going to be a main color. If we get more sack outlets like Deadly Precisions, I'm more interested in Corrupt Court Official. I think I'll take Ostrich Horse over the Corrupt Court Official. Really the only sacrifice that we'd be using for it right now is High Bay. Maybe that's okay. We do need 2 drops though. I think we have a greater need for 2 drops. But this is close between these two for me. Guru. Are we picking up Guru? How many lessons do we have? Problem with black is that the lessons are not good. Daily Indoctrination is not playable in my opinion. It's at very best filler, at very best like the 23rd best card in your deck. And green, it's Seismic Sense. That's all right. And the Origin of Metal Bending, which is also just all right. So I think, although I love Guru, we're going to be taking Rocky Rebuke. Fire Nation Engineer or Sold Out. Are we going to be attacking that much in this deck? Corrupt Court Official isn't going to attack well. Callous Inspector might. Kyoshi Battle Fan. It'll also wear the counter as well. I think with 2 rebukes, a removal pile, I wouldn't blame anyone for taking Sold Out or Rocky Rebuke here. But I'm going to take Fire Nation Engineer and see if one of these wheels, like Rocky Rebuke, I think has a pretty good chance of wheeling based on how people have been treating green. Earth King's Lieutenant. I think in black you actually end up with very little allies. I think it's basically just outside of rares, it's just the merchant who's an ally, this guy. So let's take a Callous Inspector. And this is what I was talking about with like the lessons are not great in green black. Best lessons are in like red, blue, white. Invasion Submersible is busted. I almost want to splash for that, but we don't really have any splashing. Green black is not as good as splashing as green blue. Green blue can splash black easier than green black can splash blue for sure. Has no herbalist. So let's take Sold Out. We need a certain amount of removal. I don't love this, but it's exile. We need something like this. And there's the reward for identifying that green was open by accidentally not picking Toph. Earthbender Ascension is a problem. I wouldn't mind playing Wall Top Sentries or Rumble Arena, especially now that we have Earthbend. So we'll look out for cards like that. White Lotus. No, we're going to take Badger Maul. And we do have Sacrifice Synergies. I don't think we run Canyon Crawler just for Phoenix Fleet Airship. I think we take Badger Mole. And we try and pick up some sack lands. Let's take Rumble Arena. It's going to be Earthbend Well. Having Scry is nice. And ideally, we have sack lands in our color in green black. There's Ostrich Horse. We got to pick him up pretty late. I will take a Canyon Crawler here and think about playing him over the Sabertooth Moose line. Rocky Rebuke did in fact wheel. Another Earthen Ally. So no lessons for Guru, right? Like absolute 0 lessons. So it's either Boiling Rock Prison, or because we only have two 2-drops. A 2-drop. Let's take that. Boiling Rock Prison could wheel if we have to play an out of color sack land. We will. Judy is a sacrifice enabler. Do we even like it better than Callous Inspector, though? I think we like a sack outlet for high bay, and the clue tokens can just be sacked when this dies. We need early drop, so I'm going to pick Callous Inspector here, see if Judy wheels. I doubt she does. I think she can be good in a deck that has like Tolls of War. And here, I like Fire Nation Warship. It creates a clue token that we can sack for Phoenix Fleet Airship. It could be awkward to have 2 vehicles and not enough creatures to crew them. I'm going to pick it up over Badger Mole here. Badger Mole will probably wheel anyways. And Swamp Snare Trap is also just kind of filler removal. It's on the weaker end of removal with cards like Sold Out and Earth Rumble. Deadly Precision is removal I'm happier to play than Sold Out and the cards we were just talking about. So let's take that. Zuko's Conviction I don't hate with Earth King, but it's going to be awkward with Phoenix Fleet Airship. We don't actually bring that back. It might be Merchant, right? Cat Gator. We'd have to run too many black cards. We don't have green cards until 3. We could go Heavy Swamps. 3, 6. Maybe Cat Gator. We'll think about it. Okay, here we do take, I think, Merchant over Pox Bears. Just in case, kind of as like a mana sink. And a 2-drop that has big enough stats to block stinky stuff. Hog Monkey is going straight to the sideboard. Nothing for us here. We'll put Vindictive Wardens. In the graveyard. Not in the graveyard, in the sideboard. Okay, we will take Boiling Rock Prison here as an out of color sack land. That makes Cat Gator worse if we play it. Well, so we don't necessarily run it. We'll see. Mountain, okay. Decently solid green-black deck. Pretty close to average. I am not going to run Cat Gator if we run this Boiling Rock Prison. So the question is, do we run that? It's a sacrifice trigger for Phoenix Fleet Airship. We have 3 Clue Makers. This sacrifices stuff. 4 Clue Makers. The thing that's making me think about Cat Gator outside of mono black is this is all our green. You know, all this is colorless and black. So we could run something greedy. And it's kind of a combo with the Earth King if we just go fetch swamps. So I think that's enough to convince me to run 10-7 with Rumble Arena. And now let's see what we do here. Maybe we cut Rebuke. We're not necessarily fighting great with Rebuke with our early drops. This is a 2-1, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, 2-2, 2-1, 1-1. So what is fighting well? Fire Nation Warship. If we crew it, an Earthbent land if we get it big enough. Off something besides Toph. Toph is not good enough. So I don't think Earth Rumble is good enough. High Bay, maybe. The 4-4 maybe can fight. Maybe this can fight. But I think it's going to end up being awkward. For that reason, we might cut a Rocky Rebuke as well. The Ostrachaurus has high power. These are going to be 2 power. If we can crew this, high power. So I think 1 Rebuke can maybe go 2, 3, 4. If we can afford to get rid of that removal. 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't want to go lower than that on removal. Let's also consider that Earthbender Ascension. Earthbender Ascension will be helping us out here. Messenger Hawk is a clue token creator. I don't think we get rid of that. Maybe it's High Bay. Maybe High Bay has to go. I mean, I just like these with the Callous Inspector and Corrupt Court Official. Maybe that's wrong. Let's cut Earth Kingdom Soldier. I think he goes before High Bay does. And then High Bay will probably be the final cut here. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's either High Bay or what? Badgermole? Badgermole's probably pretty good with Dai and Earthbender Ascension. Yeah, goodbye High Bay. Alright. Let's get in there. I think we're drafting more responsibly again. And I bet this deck can get to at least 5 wins. Yeah, I mean, this is a good trophy. It's maybe average or slightly above average, but it's built well. And if we get Earth King, we can do some explosive stuff. Jins will be our first opponent. The Lion players are playing, yeah? Let's keep it. No sack lands is the thing I'm saddest about. I'd have no problem cutting Cat Cater and running. Running a sack land or two for Mr. Phoenix Fleet Airship. Let's play Rumble Arena. Don't need that. No, it is a trigger for Earthbender Ascension. Green, I mean, we have, I guess it doesn't matter. He's red-white, so we ignore or avoid the disastrous situation where he plays Watery Grasp on our Earthbend land and keeps us a mana down for the rest of the match. I am not going to jump. Into a crackback for 3 by Phoenix Fleet Airship. Artifact destruction in red, white is just going to be the lesson that typically isn't run, that destroys a land or an artifact, draws you a card. That would be the worst thing to see. Well, other than that, there isn't really good ways to get rid of Phoenix Fleet Airship until it's a creature. Let's take 5. I think Phoenix Fleet Airship is too good to trade for Union Archers. And I don't see any instants or sorceries you can get back just yet. Yep. Airbender's reversal. No, I don't think there's anything that can get us here. Airbender's reversal could send Union Archers back. And I'm doing that on our turn in case he has airbending lesson. He can airbend lesson his guy back to hand, I guess. I wouldn't blame you if he waited till he attacked, was going to get the bump, and then used Rocky Rebuke from Rumble Arena to Mr. Union Archers. And this seems like a bit of a Nambo Mr. Wandering Musicians with Professor Zay. He pumps the team, but then you only attack with 1 team member from the team. This is going to be a pretty good turn. Oh, yeah, this is going to be nice. And Phoenix Fleet Airship duplicates. Well, our creatures will die. And his creatures will live. So that's pretty good for him. 2 for 1. 1/1 goes on nothing. We do get to scry away this land. Any creature will win us the game here. Just need to not flood out. Any creature will win us the game. Even if he plays another creature, Deserter's Disciple is hitting us for 5 damage. Max here. We should have maybe kept the land in hand. Alright, any creature. Any freaking creature. No lands, no more Rocky Rebukes. We only have one more in the deck. There we go. That will do it. If he doesn't have removal. He doesn't. Oh! Wait, that Destined Confrontation, it was played a lot recently. That's been rough for us sometimes. It's also sometimes not great. You know, we don't see the situations where opponents are not playing it and it's a dead card in their hand. Because it'd be bad for them. But in that case, 2 for 1 dust. Killed 2 5-power creatures, and then we were left with creatures that couldn't crew. As he was whittling us down. Right to Bear Hugs, the Mighty will be our next opponent. It's really cute. I will keep this, even though we don't have a 2-drop. We don't have double swamps, just because the upside of Phoenix Fleet Airship is so high. And we can play Messenger Hawk, probably attack in the air. There's the double swamp. Trigger raid, put it on the flyer. Except he counters. The left, was it the best laid plans of Mice and Men? I wonder if we should get Phoenix Fleet Airship going or Earthbender Ascension going. Let's get Phoenix Fleet Airship going. Please. No quench. He quenches. The 2-3, that's pretty good for him. Can we, I mean, we can play around quench if we do this. I think that's correct. Diversify the funds. Spread the love. Okay, I would just like to tap out with Badger Mole. An Earthbend, so the forest can attack as a 4/4. Let's do that. If he has quench number 3, you know what? You got us. He does have quench number 3, that's wild. We probably should have tapped this forest and played Callous Inspector.
Another water bending lesson. He's got so many lessons. Okay. We're out of quench range. This maniac has even more quenches in his deck. Giant Koi is going to be a pretty good target for sold out. Just kill that now, honestly. Firebending lesson wouldn't do it. Cunning. That's all you can have for one red. Okay, we are in a pretty good spot here. That's fine. You token. Any two, not any two creatures. I guess these two are not. Okay, he gets the I guess we play Dai Li. Four. I guess this puts it out of Ira's demonstration range. But we have 6 creatures that threaten lethal. He's not in board wipe colors. There's only one card off the bonus sheet, I believe. That's double red. That would wipe the board. This should be it. You should be able to beat the opponent with 6 cards in hand. Nice. Just a bit too much dirtling. He traded out with quenches, so dirtling is something he could maybe afford to do against some opponents. but we got enough stuff out. And we did correctly play around a third quench. 3 quenches is kind of crazy. You don't get a chance in best of 1 to make adjustments game 2 and 3 to what you see. So that can be tricky. You can play around quench and then lose out on value when it doesn't exist, or vice versa. In best of 3, I feel more comfortable, making them have quench. And then if I see they have quench, play around at game 2 or 3. This is keepable. Now, I would like to have a 2-drop. I would like to have a 1, 2, 3 drop, but these cards are strong enough that I think we keep it, despite the lack of 2-drop. And there's a stand-in. It's an early play before we start getting these guys out. And Deadly Precision, Callous Inspector, Phoenix Fleet Airship. It's going to be a nice little combo. That's going to be 2 sacrifices for Phoenix Fleet Airship. The first, Deadly Precision, sacking Callous Inspector. And the second, I think we just give him the scry. Let's smash him. So normally we could just wait, play Earthbender Ascension later, but I think we're gonna play Phoenix Fleet Airship. So let's get Earthbender Ascension out now. Whack. So we need green. This way we can play Phoenix Fleet Airship, sack the Callous Inspector after we attack with it, of course. And double up our Phoenix Fleet Airship. This guy's quite good at White Lotus Reinforcement. Compassionate Healer get another scry, and I think shrinking his board, because there's going to be a ton of allies in green, white, blue, is more important. And this is the awkward situation we were talking about before, where we don't have any actual creatures. We have a land creature, and we have 3 vehicles, kind of with nothing to crew them. Without losing out on a mana that we could spend playing out our hand. Okay, well there's a creature we can crew with. Let's start with Clue Crack. Okay, it's another creature we can crew with. Yeah, let's get this guy out there. Got 3 forests, 3 swamps. Let's get another swamp. And a 1/1 sacrifice. And these guys just become creatures. I don't think that's necessary to win. Honestly, I think we're in a pretty good position as is. We can crew 3 of them, kill them in the air here. Now we can't. He's gained life, and he might gain life again. Off compassion healer. Attacking. So if we get another creature, we quadruple crew, and that's it. It's over for him. He technically have Southpole Voyager flying, but then he's trading. Let's, I guess, start with Corrupt Court Official. And we're making another creature here. We should have done this with Corrupt Court Official. Well, actually, triple crew. No, yeah, it's just triple crew, not quadruple. I don't think Fire Nation Worship does anything extra for us. Let's hold up sold out. Okay. I was gonna say, he can have Octopus form, untap something, get it flying with Yip Yip, and he should still be dead. That would only be 1 blocker. Alright, we draw Phoenix Fleet Airship, and things typically go pretty well. Let's see, Phoenix Fleet Airship is actually only 61.8% game in hand win rate. Noxious Gear Hulk is, for example, 69%, which is the highest game in hand win rate. So I mean, don't think 61.8% is anything to scoff at. Would have expected higher. Maybe there's plenty of situations where you don't end up with enough creatures to crew, and you do actually die. It is still a 4-mana investment. Earthbender essentially will go and grab a swamp. There it is again. Nice. Swamp number 2. Yeah, let's do a swamp. And grab a swamp. I'm thinking, yes, we'd have to tap a land creature to play Cat Gator eventually if this doesn't get killed. Please don't cast Watery Grasp. Thank goodness. But we want to keep this forest around for cards like Rocky. We don't want to be tapping a land creature for green cards, and that's more likely to happen first before Cat Gator. So let's Airship. blue, black, white. It looks like white's got to be a main color if he's playing Glider Kids, not a splashable color if you ask me. Cat Owl is okay to see. That's not big enough to block Airship. And now we can get him with Rocky Rebuke. I think Callous Inspector dying is alright. Second Include token will duplicate Phoenix Fleet Airship. Three, five, six. Okay. Let's see what we get. I think we should blow up Cat Owl while we're here. I think it's gonna be too much damage otherwise. 3, 5, 6. One more swamp, and we can play Cat Gator for 6 damage life link. And that's not going to go to his face. That's going to blow up Cat Owl if he doesn't have the sack. What if we deadly precision our swamp? Nah, it's gonna be better to play Cat Gator, try and blow up his Cat Owl, assuming he doesn't have Octopus form, and then swing for in the air. He does have Octopus form. Geyser Leaper, he's got all flyers. We haven't seen him yet play a ground creature. Yeah, Earth King's pretty good. Can we chill here? Do we just chill? What is the correct thing to do? Alright. I don't know if this is correct. Let's try and blow up Geyser Leaper. And if he's got another let's put this here. octopus form, he should have used it there. That card is busted. Both of them are. Let's play Earth King. Five. Does 5 make a difference? 4 toughness. Yeah, it does. Here, we've already played Cat Gator, so let's get a forest here. That's 3, so we can do 6, 7, 1, 2 on here, Cat Gator. And 1 over here. If we put all 3 on the flyers, is he just dead? Trample. 5 trample, 5 trample. So we do 2. No, because he's got life, right? Okay, just don't have board wipe. And even if you have board wipe, we still have the out of drawing any creature that can crew Phoenix Fleet Airship. Alright, Phoenix Fleet Airship gets it done again. Next match is against Omniscience. It's a cute little wavy guy. I think even with 2 green cards and only 7 forests, we keep this because Battle Fan to Messenger Hawk is our turn 2/3, and then we can Grag a Clue. Most of our cards are going to be playable with swamps, like Phoenix Fleet Airship. And there's the forest. He's got his own Earthbender Ascension. That is going to be scary with the turtle. That is true. Messenger Hawk. It's a clue we can sack with Phoenix Fleet Airship eventually. I was thinking about the sequencing. Ostrich Horse isn't going to threaten to attack unless we deny the land, and I don't think turn 3 we want to deny the land just yet. We want to get to 5 mana. 6 mana maybe. Oh, opponent misses a land drop, which is nice for us, not just because of Earthbender Ascension, but because it gives us time to start doing stuff like Static Messenger Hawk, Phoenix Fleet Airship. Hope that he doesn't have Origins and Metal Pending. If he does, it's probably game over, but we don't see that card too often. Good. He didn't just kill it immediately, so he's probably thinking about attacking with Turtlebuck. Hoping we'll crew and block. He is. We're just gonna take 4. TBH. No bucks. $16 life is plenty. Invasion Submersible. So he gets to send Phoenix Fleet Airship back. That's pretty good. Alright, I think we do want to hit a land, so let's play Ostrich Horse. Grab a swamp. Yeah, Merchant of Many Hats out there. Now, if we get one more land, we can play Phoenix Fleet Airship and sack the blue token in the same turn to duplicate it. Okay. Doesn't get to attack this turn. He can turn Submersible into a creature, but it will be tapped. We do get a land. Excelente. It's not a bad one to draw either. So he'll crew his vehicle, turn his vehicle into a creature, we'll turn our vehicle into another vehicle. Okay, it's definitely dicey. We definitely could die here. We're fortunate the opponent's been stuck on lands. I don't even know if Phoenix Fleet Airship is better than Invasion Submersible. Let's check. Invasion Submersible, 61.8% game in hand win rate. That's the exact same game in hand win rate as Phoenix Fleet Airship. That's how good Invasion Submersible is. Rare power level. It's surrounded by rares. Katara, Water Tribe's Hope, and Cityscape Leveler. Cityscape Leveler, I don't think I've seen that once. Angus Crossroads. Is a better reference. So, what's he got? He wants to hold up 2 mana. That's why he's keeping the planes back. Six mana. We can Rocky Rebuke plus Sold Out. Or we can Rocky Rebuke, Callous Inspector. Or we can these two and then Calluses, there's a lot of choices. Let's start with crewing. Well, how do we not die on the crackback? That's my question. This isn't blocking, so let's crew with it. 8. This I would like to block with. 2, 2. Crew with this. Alright, if he has pillar launch, we've got instant speed removal to take care of that. Allies at last. So we can actually... this is going to be pretty sweet. And we can still play out Callus Inspector. Or we just do sold out. I think I like getting Callus Inspector out better. So the OCD part of our brain is kicking us for missing out on Earthbender Ascension triggers, but you can't just min-max for value. You gotta play trying to win the game, and that was pretty good for us. Basically, we 2-4-3'd him, got rid of his biggest threats, and set him up for lethal next turn. Rose here will be our next opponent. Yeah, can't play Rocky Rebuke, but we've got a Phoenix Fleet Airship once again, and it's a little awkward crewing stuff. Fire Nation Worship is not crewable. There's the forest. Ooh, he doesn't put a land into his hand. This could be awkward for us. He doesn't. It's awkward. Whoa! You're in big trouble. We need something. Earthbender Ascension is punishing us for playing out our land first. A little bit. This means we have an untapped land, though. Oh, I'm not playing a forest, so... let's chill out here. Let's chill kill out. He's invested into depleting our life total quickly. So we just need to survive here. Absolutely, we will crew. We land a block. Happy. We take 5 here. What do we think about attacking with Corrupt Court Official? Plain Fire Nation Engineer. Is that better than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Sacking a clue token and then only having 1 blocker? I think it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or we could play Rocky Rebuke. We could play Phoenix Fleet Airship, play Rocky Rebuke. I think we just need to make this trade. It kills me. Okay. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. The play here is attack with Corrupt Court Official. Oh, we got away with it. Oh, we got away with it. Play Fire Nation Engineer. Get closer to that 4. Counter. We need to hold full control. Counter on this bad boy. And we should have played a forest. We messed up. Double Rocky Rebuke. I mean, this is also a valid alternative play, but it would have been better to hold up Double Rocky Rebuke. We don't need another swamp. Okay. Now we can play a swamp. And chill out. Boulder is not an ally. He is a human warrior performer. Okay. Boogie Bash. do get to make court official with this Wraithful this way. Hooray. Oh my gosh. Well, let's make him full health. Any playable would be appreciated. Enter, so... I guess we make a 5-5, 8, 4, 4, 6. We have enough. Let's chill out here. Like, this won't play around. +3, +1. That's not an ally, so we'll allow it. Cat Gator. Cat Gator is pretty good here. It doesn't tell us what X is. X is 8. It's gonna be Haru, right? Gator into 4-3. And Rocky Rebuke will also give us lifelink. Back up to 17. I want him to equip Twin Blades to my in attack. Alright, well, let's do this, I guess. Oh, we have like... Alright, well, we're at 14, he's at 15, and he's taking 4 on the crackback for 3 damage. So... I like Kraken here. We have plenty of mana to spend this turn. Tyler needs to attack, yeah. That's fine. We do 6 damage, he's at 11 if we just sold out now. Then he's dead if we get to draw a card next turn, so Callous Inspector will die into his blue token if he chooses to attack. We should have lethal in the air, and he could only have Pillar Launch to survive here. It's the only thing he can have with 1 green mana. Wait till our turn. Crack this clue. We do. Play this land. I guess if you had Pillar Launch, you could activate it on Rocket's Audience now in response. So we attack like this. Cat Gator was pretty good this game. He gained us 8, 12 life. We needed that. Well, did we actually? We're at 13, right? 13 is not 0 in the same way that 1 is not 0. But maybe he would have been able to poke that 1 damage through if we were at 1. Maybe there would have been an attack that he didn't make because it wouldn't have killed us with Cat Gator's lifelink. Alright, he may be roping us just because he's salty. I assume that's what it is. He's got 1 card. If his pillar launch, he'd have to do it here to live. And if it isn't, then he's just roping. I will unpause and resume when he's made a decision. Alright. Opponent does in fact rope us until we win. This guy's salty about the 12 lifelink. And we are looking at our potential final game. Be cool to get a 7-0 here. I by no means expect it. We've had Phoenix Fleet Airship in every single game. And we've had it pretty quickly. It's either been in our starting hand or we've drawn it in the first 1 or 2 cards. This is great. 1, 2, 3. I mean, it's not got our strongest cards yet, but I'm manifesting Phoenix Fleet Airship off the top. Okay, that didn't work. But Earth King's a pretty good consolation prize. That's a pretty good curve out. 1, 2, 3, 4. You get to play Fire Nation Engineer. Good counter on Cal's perspective. Okay. Alright, that's alright. So now we play Earth King. Fire Nation Engineer and Rocky Rebuke can come down in the same turn. I'm okay racing here. He's getting life gain and scry, and we're getting Earth King lands. He scoops. That was quick. I wonder if that was like his only removal. So that is a 7-0. As simple as that. Draft such that you have a Phoenix Fleet Airship and then play it in every single game very quickly. Except for the last one where you just play Earth King. So I think this got pretty lucky. That was a pretty nice curve out. This still is a solid deck. I think what we're doing now these days is building more responsible decks. We typically are having the correct amount of removal, which is usually like a handful. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, exactly a handful. This curve looks pretty responsible, right? 4, 7, 2 drops, which is, I mean, if you count the 1 drops as 2 drops, 7 or 8 2 drops is pretty responsible in best of 1. Is this 6 3 drops? And, you know, 3 rares is not bad. It's not crazy, you know. You're typically going to have some rares. And we had correctly identified green was open after accidentally passing on Toph. Just made a solid deck. Cat Gator even did some work outside of mono black, so all around, good, solid deck, built well, good power level. Nothing super, super crazy. We are playing cards like Sold Out, Rocky Rebuke. So, good games. We'll see you next time.